Hello, everyone. How you guys doing? Oh, I should have opened a window. It's really dark in here. One second. Open the other one. How inelegant of me. Okay, everybody. Hello, Liam. Thanks for tuning in. Liam Gray is very interested in this update. Me too. Me too. All right, so apparently OBS does not work with Mac 10.15. I better hop over to YouTube and make sure this is all working. Give me 1 second. This is going to be a little boomery until I figure out how to get this into Streamlined. Yeah, so OBS quit working for me, maybe for the best, because I kind of like this StreamYard. And now if we have, somebody that pops into the chat, we can invite them. And I can still share my desktop because I want to do some drawing today. It's I feel like I've turned a new page, and to celebrate, I'm going to draw and not ever stop, never stop. So I've been away from drawing for a little too long, and it's like being away from your soul. All right. Okay. Looks like you guys can hear me. Mitch, what happened with Kelsey? Yeah. Well, Elizabeth and I are leaving and possibly quitting Twitter as well. Kelsey quit Twitter. We can't really talk about it. To be honest, it's not fun. It's not what we wanted to do. I'll tell you that. I was a little bit disappointed when I tuned into the Jack show and they were just ripping us because Kelsey had quit Twitter and he couldn't go on the Jack show that night. We were just dealing with something. We were dealing with something that was related to allegiance and wasn't fun. And it wasn't, it really, I don't know. Why am I always wearing animal pelts? Elizabeth bought these for us a couple weeks ago. And so I'm enjoying them as the weather turns cool. Yeah, so that's what happened with Kelsey, sort of. I can't explain it exactly, but it's also affected Elizabeth and myself and others, and we're just have to make some changes. And it sucks. It sucks. That's the world we live in. We have to deal with things that suck. Yeah, we all love Kelsey. Kelsey's awesome. Kelsey doesn't mean any harm to anybody. So, yeah, I know some people are there were some people that were a little upset at us, but I just can't talk about it. But I understand if you're upset at me, but I can't tell Kelsey what to do. I can only make suggestions. And same old Rocket says, Twitter is so unnecessary. And I kind of feel the same way. I hate to leave so many good people that are over there. There are a lot of good people over there, but it certainly wasn't being productive or conducive to our health or productivity. So, and it was, I think Twitter served its purpose. Why would anyone be upset when someone leaves Twitter? I think it's mostly because things changed on people and we couldn't really explain it. And I think that's really what kind of grabs people is when you have a sudden change in something without an explanation. So unfortunately, that's the way it's going to be for a while. Blink twice if Kelsey is safe. Yeah, yes, Kelsey is safe. He is in my root cellar, and he is drawing Nora's Saga pages. So everything's good. Everything's good. Lightning Fan says, "Hey, I'm Mitch. Just got finished watching you on Clint's stream the other night. Really great conversation." And Shredding by Eric Weathers. Yeah, I think Eric's in the chat here. Leaving Twitter is understandable. That might be an understatement. Are we going to set up an Allegiance Reddit? I haven't been on Reddit in like 3 or 4 years. So that, sure. I don't see why we wouldn't. That seems like a job for a ambitious volunteer, possibly. I'm certainly don't have time to run any of these accounts. We have a couple of really good people that are working on. Actually, it was a kind of a team effort, between making content and pushing updates out and getting all together. But all the Allegiance social media stuff right now, I kind of feel we're at capacity. Our focus should be on making books, and right now, and not on that kind of stuff. But we have people running the Instagram and the Twitter accounts and the Facebook accounts. The Reddit account is a good idea. Bitcoin just jumped like 12%. Well, that's a relief. That is a relief. Let me check that. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes. Well, it takes the sting. Well, in the last few weeks, a little bit. Very good. Like to see Bitcoin go up. Put the lotion on its skin. Oh my gosh. Besides, this is a much better place than Twitter. I like that we have moderators in the chat. I just think we don't lose context. So much context is lost on Twitter. I feel like a stiff on Twitter. And honestly, every day I felt like I was in a tighter box because I couldn't say anything. It was getting to a point where I couldn't say a thing without triggering someone's upset, or somebody coming in for a refund and just like taking us to task over stuff. We would get. I mean, obviously we're late, and that's a legitimate gripe. But I couldn't say anything without like somebody getting upset, and then like someone would. I think it was over personal beefs, and it wasn't. I get the legitimate customer gripes that we were late, or we've been late, and some people obviously upset that we started Allegiance, the brand, before we fulfilled. We sent out a major update recently. If you haven't read that, read that. It explains why there really wasn't a choice involved in that matter. It was either chase this opportunity or not. And in order to chase the opportunity, the deadlines on Red Rooster had to be sacrificed. There's no way I could do it all. And but yeah, people would. People are so wrapped up on Twitter and like personal personalities and personal beefs and vendettas, and then like it would just spill over into my stuff. Right. Okay, I'll answer questions. Somebody sent me $2 from Risey Lee. Why'd you block Rumbler? I had heard something, and I hope it's not true. But a friend had told me something, but it may not be true, and I might be just a little sensitive. Who knows? But Elizabeth did tell me later that he was a good. I can't keep up with who's who on everything. There's so many personalities and people and Twitter users and YouTube people. I don't know any of them hardly. And my primary goal as a husband is to protect my family, and then I have a responsibility as a business owner, protect everybody at Allegiance. And that's what I do. And that's why Twitter is no longer a good place for me, because everybody takes everything personally. It doesn't matter what I do, what I say, somebody's going to get upset. And that's the way it was getting. And I'm just done. I'm done with it. So I hope that answers your question. It wasn't personal. I'm trying to protect my family and my business. And if someone who didn't deserve it got wrapped up in something, then it doesn't really matter now anyway because I'm done with Twitter. Thank you for your question. I like it here better because we have moderators and we don't lose context. Yeah, Jeremy, fine. It's a great question, Jeremy. Seriously, what is more important, Twitter or comics? I think for some people, it is Twitter and the fight and the beefs and the vendettas and being angry. And I hate that crap. That's not me. And I will protect my family from that. Yes, Mark has the right answer. Comics are more important. And through comics, it's reaching new people with great stories and inspiring some people. It's inspiring the next generation. That's what's important. So there we go. Very good. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm going to try to do some drawing. It's time to so everybody's aware of the update. Everybody's aware of the update. Before I get to drawing, I'm just going to fill people in. So we're quitting Twitter. There's a major update. Everybody knows what Allegiance is all about now. Everybody knows why Red Rooster is late. If you don't, go check out the latest Red Rooster update. So I'm sorry, I'm just trying to address everybody's comments because there are a lot of questions. Some people make it clear that they have bad intentions. That's when they get a block from me. Yes, and keep in mind, all context is totally lost on Twitter. Another reason I'm gone. So maybe the intentions weren't bad, but they look bad. I don't know. I can't spend a day investigating because I have a freaking book to do and a company launch and a really big mission ahead of us and some really great people to help take care of. So can Kelsey come back to the Jack show? Pretty please. That is up to Kelsey. That is up to Kelsey. I am not holding, I can't tell Kelsey what he cannot do. We can merely discuss the dynamics that you guys don't see, and we can't talk about. And Kelsey has to make his own decision. So ask Kelsey on that one. Twitter's dumpster fire. Yeah, it was getting that way. Okay, I saw. Man, it's like I've seen this from my purview in that space. I just saw bad stuff. I saw people turn into hurtful people. Man. Your boy Zach did the same thing. Once he got off Twitter, he completely focused on his company and got his books out. And that's what it's all about. Not much money. What should I back, Red Rooster or all the Allegiance books? Well, first of all, I hope the money situation improves for you. I've been in some tight spots myself. To be quite honest, even though Allegiance has some investors, I haven't been paid. So we have enough money to make comic books, and I am taking an absolute, myself and Elizabeth are taking massive risk because I got money to make comic books, but not a lot of money to spend on them myself. What should I back, Red Rooster or all the Allegiance books? It depends on, okay, so this is a great opportunity to explain something that we explained in the update, actually. So Red Rooster was started by Elizabeth and myself before Allegiance even existed, by our own company. It's called Brightweiser House. And it's just mine and Elizabeth's little company, just where we cashed our checks and did our business. So if you want to support us personally, if you feel like you want to support us personally, back Red Rooster, because that money is Brightweiser House's money. Allegiance is his own company, a separate entity with a separate banking account. If you want to support Allegiance, and those are the books that interest you, do that. Primarily, just look at what interests you and spend your money as you see fit. So I hope that's a good. I hope that helps you out there. All right, so I like this. This is a good way to answer questions. This is way better than Twitter than answering questions. Doing customer service on Twitter was insane. It was great for like press releases and big announcements and stuff, but it was just nuts to do like customer service on. Will I be offering any extras with Red Rooster for all of us who bought in and have waited almost a year and a half at this point? Not mad, just wondering. So what we've done for Red Rooster backers, we spent over $1,000 sending you guys the postcards that we are very proud of that we did. We're very proud of those. The response is overwhelming. I shouldn't have said how much we spent, but I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. That was not very professional. But that was one thing that was a gift for all of you, domestic and Canadian backers, especially. We offered on the Allegiance bundle, we sent an update to Red Rooster backers that gave you a discount as a secret perk. And that is available. If you missed it, you can go to the Red Rooster update section and use that coupon or that secret perk link to get a 12% discount on the Allegiance bundle. And we are going to, due to the wait, the continued wait to get the book out, we're going to be packaging and delivering Red Rooster Act 1 of the book, so the first 24 pages, as a digital download to all backers in the weeks ahead. So those are three major things that we've done for Red Rooster backers due to the delay, because we really, really, really appreciate your support, and certainly we wouldn't be here in part without you guys lifting us all up. Okay. Yeah, it's become about personality and ego and drama, and I don't know, it's just nonsense. Free Kelsey. Kelsey is free. Not yet. But I promise you that announcement will be fun. I cannot say that. Shane Plays for $5. Everybody go check out the Shane Plays channel. He's a great host. Dude's got the gift of gab. Massively important question. Did Adam and Eve have belly buttons? Tangent. Red Rooster, so much you can't get paid. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. We're taking a big risk, and if I've seemed nervous over the past many months, it's because we're way out on a limb here, folks. We are risking it all, and we've been carrying around a pretty big secret that we shared with everyone, and that was hard to do. It was really, really, really hard. I'm not a guy that keeps I mean, I'll keep other people's secrets and stuff, but I don't like hiding things from people. That's not the way I operate. What you see is what you get. So carrying around a big secret from our very special backers for so long was a heavy weight. And also that we're taking a huge risk here on this, and that the Red Rooster delay is not just painful for you guys. It's really painful for us, both emotionally and fiscally, because we're really stretching ourselves. But we got money to make amazing comic books, and that's what we're doing. And we had some investors that really believed in what we're doing, and that money is being used to build the track to get these books into mass market. And I believe in these books 110%. They're great. The art is great. The stories are great. The creators are good people. They're trustworthy creators that are very professional, keep their heads down, and want to deliver for their fans. David Williams in particular. I mean, that dude, he stepped in and just is doing the work of his life. Kelsey as well. I mean, everybody's delivering, but I knew Kelsey would be good, and I knew David would be good too. But I think David's just really like dug in. I'm jacked about Red Rooster. There was no even Eden. Okay, now it's Shane. Shane came in and derailed the chat. Dark Admiral Marchera, Weeks and Miss Brightweiser make a great duo. I just picked up Batman Beyond 37. Yeah, she colored the cover on that. It looked really, really good. It was really cool to see that come together. But we're probably won't be able to do. She's not going to be able to do that kind of stuff anymore. She's going to fulfill her obligations on Outcast, which has been running for well over, I think, 45, around 44, 45 issues now. And so she's going to see that job through to the very end, which is pretty awesome. That's a heck of a run. But you know, besides that, we're solely focused on Allegiance and Allegiance customers, and of course Red Rooster, which is part of that. Everett Todd says someone stole mine in the mailing process. Everett, you must be talking about your postcard. If you can send us a message through Indiegogo with your backer number, we have a few postcards left. I mean, maybe a dozen left, and we will send you one. Shane says postcards were very nice and bonus piece of art. Thank you, Shane. Thank you for your answers, for your work. All right, Justin Kerner goes right to the source. Genesis 5:2. Apparently, this addresses the belly button issue. So there we go. God has foresaw your curiosity and answered your questions in advance. All right. This is way better. I like talking to you. You guys are A team, remember? A team. And now, and after this, I'm going to, after we chat, and I might start doing this just every morning. After we chat, I'm going to start drawing Red Rooster. So I'm going to start with a head sketch. So let me tell you a little bit before I address this about what has happened over the last, I don't know, a couple months. I haven't drawn in a while. I've either been, well, it's been a while. Patrick, our EIC, Vicksburg. If you guys remember the Vicksburg trip with Kelsey and our editor-in-chief, Patrick Stiles, got a lot of work done there. We came back with a lot of energy, hit the drawing board for a while, and then things went nuts. Things went nuts. Building the Indiegogo, which is a huge deal, doing it the way we did it, which is, I'm incredibly proud of what we built. It is in my opinion, one of the best built, if not the best built comic book Indiegogo out there. Very proud of it. We put a lot of work into making it. It was a statement of the quality that Allegiance is expected to deliver all the way around. So the website is coming online. It's going to look amazing and be very, very, very professional. Everything's got to be top quality, tippy top quality, and to match the books and to honor the creators that are involved with it, and to honor the fans that are, backing this stuff and putting their money into building a future for great comic books. So that took a huge amount of effort. There was a lot of logistics stuff going on behind the scenes. Our editor-in-chief, Patrick, was out for a month. He contracted pneumonia while we were in Vicksburg. Poor guy. Just then there was a lot of other stuff going on. And then after we launched the Indiegogo, which has only been about 2 weeks now, it's been up for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I think. It was scrambling to get all the social media pieces together, and put all the marketing pieces, marketing campaign, which had been in the works for some time, but getting it all dusted off, streamlined, get us all not running around with chickens with our heads cut off. Took some time, and then obviously the fallout. We had some fallout on messaging, Elizabeth and myself, due to we couldn't say. We've been carrying the secret around. We couldn't tell you guys, and obviously it looked really. On Elizabeth and myself, it looked pretty sloppy. People didn't know what Allegiance was, who was involved, what kind of business it was, what our goals were, why we launched a crowdfund as Allegiance while Red Rooster was still live and unfulfilled. So there were a lot of very legitimate concerns and questions and upset backers. And frankly, that had buried us. It buried us. I mean, we have nearly 4,000 Red Rooster customers, and some of them were legitimately upset, as I'm sure some of you guys were. You guys had a lot of questions too, and you guys are our core group. You're 18. So, and so now, done with Twitter. I've answered hopefully everybody's questions, and they're to satisfactory degree. And you see what we've really been doing behind the scenes. And I hope you can imagine the immense amount of effort that was involved, both for myself and Elizabeth, but all the people involved with Allegiance to get all this online and to build this track for the future. And now I'm passing everything off. I feel like we've got the messaging under control. The social's good with Allegiance, and we've got great comics being made. I think David Williams is into issue 2 on Bass Reeves, and Kelsey's wrapping up Nora's saga. He's about to dig in deep again. He spent 2 weeks building that amazing video. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out on the Allegiance bundle. Link is in the description. This stuff takes time. I know you guys get it. You're 18. You're smart. But and now it's time for me to back into Red Rooster. I'm passing off all these duties, as is Elizabeth, to our team, Kristen, Patrick, our partner and CEO, David, and a few other helping hands that are helping us on social media and on websites and on design, and even a few volunteers that have been amazing. And we're going to really going to be leaning on volunteers as we approach our retail publishing goals. So as that approaches, I'm hoping I can. One of the reasons we wanted to launch the campaign, the Allegiance Bundle campaign, is not just to get the word out about the books and tell people, give us a chance to pitch and hone our pitches, expose people to these great comic books, and talk about what Allegiance is and what our goals are. But it was these books are good. These creators are good, and they deserve fans. And I think just by sharing them and exposing them to the public and sharing our enthusiasm about them, we need to win over, and I believe we can, an army of enthusiastic ambassadors. And by that, I mean just people that'll blast us a retweet, share their enthusiasm with a friend, share some art or a moment with a creator that they had that was positive, and just their enthusiasm about Allegiance and its mission and its goals for comics. So I'm hoping that we can inspire everyone to do that. And if that happens, then I'll know this has all been a big success. So even if, no matter what happens, if we inspire, hundreds of people or thousands of people to carry this message forward, I think we'll win. I know we'll win, because I think a thousand positive ambassadors is probably better than, you know, $1 million in advertising money, in my opinion. So, okay. Elizabeth tells me I need to give someone a wrench. I'm going to do that real quick. And I can't do it from StreamYard, so bear with me 1 second. Okay, Shane Plays, you are now a moderator. Wield it with ruthless efficiency. Thank you, Joe K, for the comment. All right, so I'm gonna just try to answer questions as best I can. And then I'm gonna do a Red Rooster head sketch just to get warmed up. And then I am diving into the deep end of the pool with Red Rooster, and I'm not gonna come up from air until we're freaking done with this thing, okay? Hey, any chance we can talk about the business side with Peter Simeti? I'd love to talk to Peter about this. So if you want to put this on his radar, I'm done with Twitter, but I follow Peter here on YouTube. So if you want to put it on his radar, I'd be happy to do it. I'm pretty sure I have Peter's contact info too, so I have his phone number. Yeah, we talked on the phone, so I have Peter's contact. I would love to talk to Peter more about it. He's a great guy. No, you have limits on what you can say so far, but it'd be very cool to hear what you hear you two together. Yeah, I'd love that. That laugh is exactly why I did it. And Brett, it's good to see you laugh. Yeah, it's been a rough couple of days. Even though I feel unburdened, I feel like we've opened a new chapter of our story by getting unburdening our Big Rooster update, sharing our future allegiance plans, and leaving Twitter. I felt like the period at the end of the sentence to me, leaving Twitter. You're risking fans' money, mate. That is a lie. That's outlined in the update. I'm not, you know, I shouldn't have said it's a lie. You're operating under, you do not have the correct information, my friend. I'm sorry I accused you of lying. You probably do not have good information and did not read our update or the frequently asked questions that was posted with the update, where I clearly outlined that Allegiance is a separate entity legally with a separate bank account and separate investors. I'm sorry I said you lied, but that's not true. Will Red Rooster be joining the Allegiance universe, or will it be kept separate? No, Red Rooster will be joining the Allegiance universe and will be published alongside the Futurists, Nora's Saga, and Bass Reeves in 2020 for retail. You can go check out the Red Rooster update. I read it live yesterday on the air with Kelsey Shannon about 10 or 15 minutes into that broadcast. Chain Place. So on Red Rooster bundle, on just pure economics and bank for the buck, Elite Bundles fantasy value. Okay, there you go. Cecil fan asks, why has Kelsey gone AWOL yesterday? Well, we kind of all three went AWOL yesterday. Kelsey left Twitter, and Elizabeth and I are both leaving Twitter. And the circumstances I can't talk about. But I didn't force Kelsey to do anything. We talked for probably hours yesterday about it, and we came to conclusions as a group, as friends. When you put a book out on time, I'll be impressed. What do I say? What do I flipping say? I can't make people happy. Did you read my update? This is. I don't know how to impress people. I don't. I hope Allegiance does well. 1 million comics is amazing. Thank you, sweetie. Okay, I'm gonna bang my head against the keyboard for a while. Ah! Oh my gosh, what do I have to do to impress people? Vinny, hey Vinny, how are you? Get Lee Weeks to do some art for you guys. Liz works amazingly with him. Well, I would never shut the door on Lee Weeks. That's for sure. He's an awesome, awesome guy, and he's a gentleman and a scholar. Mm. Shane Place, thank you for $2. Free Chumley. Free Chumley. Now, Chumley, he's unlike Kelsey. Chumley does not have free will. He goes outside when I let him, and he eats when I feed him. Yeah, yes, I like Sweetcast. Good guy. Mitch said it would be up to Kelsey to appear on Jack. I thought Clint was 18. Oh man, I'm way behind on chats here. All right, I'm gonna try to just thank you, Mark. Appreciate you. Mitch, my boy John Malin was complaining his video got demonetized for playing the Allegiance promo for the music. Oh, the reason is because I pay a that music is tied to my channel, so I can play it on YouTube because I have a license for it. I wonder if I can warn people about that. So it can be played and shared, but it will demonetize you. I have a personal license for that song that was used in the video that Kelsey made. Cover prices. We're not talking about any of the minor details right now. And I feel just the big news is enough. We'll address all the smaller questions. Not that that's a small question, but we'll address all the details down the road. Thank you, though. I flipped on my fans. I haven't done anything to anyone. Gray Misfit says, I just backed. Love you, Mitch. Love you too, Gray. Thank you. This is part of why I leave Twitter. I can't do or say anything without just getting a sling or an arrow. And I just things at Allegiance are going to be a lot different. Not knowing what's going on, please don't underestimate Kelsey's YouTube presence as a powerhouse to push Allegiance. No, we know Kelsey is a star. He has star power, and we want Kelsey to be a big star. So we're not holding Kelsey back. We talked for a long time and about some important and sensitive matters, and we each made decisions. Okay, bye-bye. I do appreciate you coming in and participating, and for being a fan. I'm sorry that you feel that we turned on you. I have not turned on my fans. I'm trying to deliver amazing comics, and I'm digging deep within my soul and taking huge risks to do it. But I appreciate you sharing your concerns. Thank you, Predrag Miskovic. The books look great. Glad to have backed them and Red Rooster. Thank you. We're excited to deliver them, and I'm very proud of them. Oh man, okay. I think I'm gonna have to. I'm just getting way behind. Yeah, I'm buried here. Hey, Ben Hennessy. All right, you're leaving. I'm only checking from time to time. Twitter sucks. Ben knows what's all about. Oh, I see a super chat. I'm just going to scroll through for super chats here now. $5 from Kay Brady. Hey, Mitch, best of luck with your new endeavors. The books look great. The new campaign perks are awesome. Looking forward to them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am very happy you like the perks. We spent a great deal of time doing logistics on these and trying to get everything priced out and pre-planned and looking sharp. And I'm glad that came across. Appreciate it. Hard to be continuously outraged if you're not trolling social media looking for it. That is a good comment. So create something. Create something. I don't know. Build a fence. Build a garden. Make a comic book. Clean your gutters. Clean your neighbor's gutters. Do something good. Don't let them get to you, Mitch. No, they're not. I mean, well, look, I take that back. I'm just done running customer service on Allegiant stuff. Where this is my job is CCO. My job on Red Rooster was artist, inker, creator, founder, customer service, marketer, and I'm still responsible for all of that until I deliver. Because that's the promise I made. But on Allegiant, some things are done differently. We have people helping us. There's a campaign manager. There's regular updates being made by Patrick, our editor-in-chief. There are people running. There's someone running art. People really doing different social media, helping us out. And my job should be much more focused, and that's where it is now. First in drawing Red Rooster, and then in delivering consistently great content across the board. Bendick's mustache, it's impressive. It's the only thing about my facial hair that's impressive, because I cannot grow a beard, and Elizabeth will make fun of my soul patch. A Man in Lunacy. Will there be connective tissue between the Allegiance books? Now, I think that's a good question. So I'm going to somewhat dance around it. I will say that I'm not like, if you if you want a tight and interconnected hero universe, you have two huge companies that are already filling that space. I think if you stick around with our books long enough, you'll find some threads in between, but they're going to be very loose. Every book in this lineup right now takes place in a different time period. So Red Rooster is the 30s. The Futurist is in 1866 in India. Nora's Saga is contemporary, takes place in Canada. And Bass Reeves, of course, is a true story. So it's a comic book version of a true story. Really, it's a mythology of of Bass Reeves. Bass Reeves is like kind of the one that may not actually fit in a universe at all. But I would say there's aesthetically and spiritually and philosophically they're tied together. And if you stick with us long enough, you might be very surprised and have a lot of fun. So we're certainly not. There's a bigger plan at play. Thank you. Thank you, Pete. Bring the 70s back. This guy is lying Mitch. He's trying to get a rise. I don't know who we're talking about here. That is an op. Anybody that has time for an op should be prayed for. I don't know. Whatever. Poor keyboard. Yeah. Poor keyboard. Okay, I'm just catching up to the chat from like 15 minutes ago. Oh, my headphones are dying. I'm gonna have to put in these headsets. Allegiance Arts is on time. That's right, and the books will be done by the end of the campaign. The Futurists is everything's being wrapped up. Futurist is halfway colored. Elizabeth and I did the first half, and now we're passing. That's another thing that Corey couldn't draw due to a scheduling conflict and us having to get the Indiegogo up and get these things to a printer deadline. We had a scheduling conflict with a color artist. No fault of their own. It's just sort of a big miscommunication due to just all the craziness that's going on here. But Elizabeth and I have done maybe a little over the half of the Futurists, and they're coming in to do the rest. And Butch is, I think, has a page of inks left, and then Rick Magyar, who's helping us on Ink Assist, I think he's got a little ways to go. He's got a few pages left too. Don't quote me on how many, but I think it's 3 or 4. But Bass Reeves is almost done. David Williams is done. Eric Weathers is done lettering, and Kelsey is mopping up some of his very beautiful colors. And I believe there are 3 pages left on Nora's Saga. And for us on Red Rooster, we're going to be packaging issue 1 of Red Rooster as well and delivering it to you digitally in advance in the coming weeks ahead. So you'll get it fairly soon. You'll be able to sink your teeth into the first really issue of Red Rooster and a taste of what you'll get in Q1 2020. All right. Can you guys hear me? Test, test. I got to check my settings and make sure these buds are working. Okay. Test, test, test. Okay, I'm good. Sorry about that. This is not an elegant live stream by any stretch. I'm just answering your questions because I know you guys have a lot. And I really appreciate your enthusiasm. Thank you, Jeremy. Zach Long says, Mitch, I'm working. I won't be sticking around. Just wanted to give you encouragement. Let you know I'm still looking forward to Rooster. Have a good day, man. Thank you, Zach. Have a good day at work. Put a warning to the description of the video. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Raul Aguilar. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Raul says, I was in the hospital. Oh, that's horrible. When the postcard came, I'm glad you are, hope you are better and back. I think my father tossed it thinking it was junk mail. So Raul, if you will, we have a few left. If you will contact us, message us through the Indiegogo messaging system with your backer number, we will send you a postcard in the mail. And we literally have maybe 10 to 20 of these things left. I'd like to keep one for myself, please. That's okay though. I won't. I'll sacrifice it because you guys deserve it. Oh, Elizabeth is in the chat. Hello, dear. First time monthly comics will be mass market retail and scheduled for a new generation of fans in over 30 years. No big deal. I'm sorry that was not impressive to some people. Not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed about that. Do better. We have to laugh. We have to laugh. We have to laugh. We have to laugh. What about poor cousin Neb? He tells a different story. Well, cousin Neb was my original troll, Ben. You know that. Cousin Neb Ben Henderson harbors my cousin Neb in his compound in the Florida Panhandle. You know those Florida man stories you see in the news? That's Neb. Neb was my cousin. I have since disavowed and disowned Neb. Neb has stolen all my childhood drawings. He has lied to Meemaw, and now he is living in the Hennessy compound and under the protection of Ben Hennessy and his biker thug cousins. That's right, Ben. I know what you're up to. I want my drawings back, Neb. Meemaw's mad at you. It's a running thing we've got with Ben Henderson. Is that pic Isla Nublar? I don't know. This was a new default wallpaper for the new Mac update. I thought it looked cool. Yeah, so listen, we're gonna. I like a pretty tight ship over here. So mods, you can just give people a shot, and I don't want to just go around blocking people and wielding band hammers all the time, especially while we're growing. But my job as a husband and as a business owner, first to protect my wife, and then to protect our business and all the amazing people that are involved with Allegiance Arts. We're awesome. And a lot of them don't get in on social media like I have because they're sane and rational and they know where it leads. I stepped out and was willing to take the slings and arrows to help build this because somebody had to do it. And I just happened to be in that position and have enough of a voice to be able to do it. But moderators, I do want to run a tight ship here. And I am trying to protect both my family and my business and the creators primarily. So just be mindful. We don't want to piss people off by being unfair, but we have to balance that with also guarding ourselves and a team as well. You guys deserve a good fun chat too. Kelsey Unleashed. Retweet what you want, ignore the rest. No, I'm done. I'm done. I may quit it, and we might leave entirely. Kelsey left.
altogether. Elizabeth could possibly, and then I might follow suit. It turns people. It turns people. I've seen it, man. I've seen it. Lord. Oh, okay. Kelsey just posted a message on Twitter. He's not leaving. Okay. Okay, Justin has a good question. What's the difference between Indiegogo backer Red Rooster and the one that will go on the stands? Red Rooster Golden Age. One is a, I'm going to go through all the differences. One is a special printing of probably around 4,000 copies. I'll be closing the store on November 15th. So you've only got 2 or 3 weeks to get it, get in there. Special printing, it's square bound. It is 68 pages, 68 pages square bound. There we go. Let me reverse. 68 pages square bound. That's the first, going to be broken into the first 3 issues. So special printing, square bound 68 pages, gold foil on the cover as promised. It's going to have special credits in the back for backers and other special content in the back. Also a preview. There'll be other special stuff in it, essentially. And I hope it's, so there's at least 4 or 5 major things that I can think of off the top of my head that make it very unique and different. So square bound, not staple bound, gold foil, special, unique printing, limited to very low number. It's a pretty low number print run compared to everything else. I'm hoping that for all of you, it'll be a very special memento of what happened, and you'll be able to have it on your shelf and pull it down and say, I was there first. So bragging rights are part of it, I think. And of course, all the other special stuff that comes with it that obviously won't be available in the store, the trading card, the sticker, the sketchbook if you bought the sketchbook tier, and all the other stuff. So hope that answers that question. Richard Non, hope I pronounced your name correctly. Twitter makes people weird and drama obsessed. Give these clowns a mouth, they'll find something else to be obsessed over. Yeah, I have noticed it tends to attract obsessives, and I'm not an obsessive person. I'm obsessed about great comics and great story. And maybe that's it. I'm never going to catch up to the bottom of this. Crowdfunding is not shopping. No, it was a chance to build something. And in fact, if you read the, we're going to fulfill Red Rooster and honor all of our commitments here. But if you go and read like what crowdfunding really is, it is not shopping, and they make it very clear. It's a very different thing. Oh, my phone keeps dinging. Sorry. This is business. Real quick. Yes. Yes and yes. They're making fun of me for banging my head against my keyboard. I think I deserved it, though. Y'all are doing great. Keep it up. Yeah, bro, delegate. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I've learned a lot of hard lessons about running a business, being a leader. I have full confidence in you. Just do us a favor and be on the Jack Show or other streams so we can see your presence more often. I am going to act. Yes, I love those guys, and it's a hoot. I'm gonna be here for a while. I'm not going to be on other streams except for one. I have agreed to go on crowdfunding comics with Billy Tucci and Niall, and I forget Niall's last name, but his co-host our producer over there at Crowdfunding Comics on Billy Tucci's channel. And I don't know if the name is Billy Tucci channel or Crowdfunding Comics, but you can search it. I'm sure it will pop up, or one of our mods will put the link in the chat. I believe that's scheduled for Monday. It was scheduled for yesterday night, but we rescheduled it. So Monday I will be on Crowdfunding Comics with Billy Tucci, the legend, Billy Tucci. Eric Weathers, we need Soul Patch. Maybe, Eric, if we start a rock and roll band. Listen, I don't understand what happens to this guy and his wife. I just want to know why he does not allow Kelsey on the Cecil streams. I don't not allow Kelsey on anything. Kelsey does whatever he wants. Be honest, be professional, act upon your obligations, don't spit or swear, and be good to your mama. I did say the S word yesterday, publicly. I might have said some other, I said quite a few other choice words privately yesterday. I did. I let it rip. Somebody said Kelsey was often MIA for the Jack show. He's back on Twitter again. Ask Kelsey. Yeah, it's not what people. I jumped into the Jack show because I just in the comments yesterday when they were live streaming, and I came in and they were ripping us to shreds. The hosts and the chat, and I was pretty upset about it and disappointed that they were doing that. And it's and as with anything, a lie gets halfway around the world before the truth puts on its pants. And this has happened to me several times over the last stretch of time. So I don't know. I did the best I could to call it out in the chat, and they responded to me. And then eventually Kelsey sent Ethan a note that kind of explained what was going on. And then Ethan changed his tune, and I think everybody else left us alone. It is not what it was positioned to be. I have no power to control Kelsey. Kelsey makes his own decisions. I'm not his boss or his mom. So Kelsey and I talked a lot in private, and we had to make, we all three of us, Kelsey, Elizabeth, myself, had to make hard choices. And we talked them together and make our choices independently. All right. I'm in, by the way, if you've sent me a super chat, I am in StreamYard, so I might miss it. Whoops, I boomered myself out. Oh, and it now put me at the bottom of the chat. Okay, great, which is where I want to be. We love Kelsey. That all. We love Kelsey too. It's more fun to think you're controlling Kelsey's every move. It is fun. I get it. And I lean into it a little bit too, but there are a lot of people that just don't quite get it, that we're playing around. Like some of that's a joke and people take it really seriously. And I think they'll get it eventually, you know, but when you're kind of out in public and then people have misconceptions about you and who you are and your motives and what you're doing, then it is a little weird, because then your ego is faced with an inconsistency that's an external opinion of others that are inconsistent with your internal knowledge of yourself. And that creates a discombobulation, to say the least. And it's something that I'm growing into. You got caught in the Jack Show mosh pit. Hope there's no hard feelings. No, there's not. And I like that guy. I like those guys, and I like the audience, and I know that most of them mean very well. And I think things got a little heated and people overreacted. But I'm not upset. I was a little upset in the moment, but I'm a forgiving person. And usually anytime I talk with Ethan, if there's a misunderstanding, I found Ethan to be very reasonable. And I can have a man-to-man conversation with Ethan. So we can, I'm 99.9% sure that Ethan and I can always talk and work something out. Kelsey is his own man. We're not making him do anything and want nothing investors. Okay. I think we put this one to bed. I'm going to go over to YouTube real quick and make sure I have not missed any of your super chats because I'm in StreamYard and it's kind of difficult for me to see them. So just to be fair to everyone, I'm going to check that. Looks like I'm good. Okay. I think I've got everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. Okay. All right. Pete Max says no super chats missed. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you, mods. Ball busting. Yeah, I can take a little ball busting. I'm not that sensitive about it. I mean, the position that I'm in though creates some problems because I both have a wife to protect, and now people's livelihoods are wrapped up in allegiance. People's capital is wrapped up in allegiance. Investors, our personal risk is wrapped up in allegiance in a pretty major way. And so, if I do come off as sensitive or reactionary, please keep in mind that is the context of it all. And so we're going to fight for our ground, though, and we're going to fight for great comics, and that I'm willing to do. I said on Twitter, let's see, before I left, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so I can share something with you guys. Share a screenshot. All right, so this is one thing I shared. Thank you for the kind notes and words of encouragement about our news yesterday. It's been overwhelming. With your support, we're going to conquer this thing. I will be carried back on your shoulders or on my shield. Thanks, everyone. I meant it. I meant it. This is I will either be carried back on your shoulders or on my shield. So we're going all in, baby. Eric S. says, this is another good question. Thank you, Eric S. I backed Red Rooster. I would like to back Allegiance books, but are the Indiegogo editions different than what will be in the retail stores? So if you go over to the Indiegogo page, let me just pull it up here real quick. And we'll walk through some of that. Okay, it says at the very, very top, it says exclusive Founders Edition bundle. 3 teams of creators have poured their passions into exciting new adventures. These exclusive Founders Edition debut comics are nearing completion and ready to print. This is an exclusive printing. Maybe it could have been a little bit clearer, actually. But this is an exclusive printing. Unique to Indiegogo backers. We're calling them Founders Editions because this is essentially kind of a founder's moment for us, for all of us. And so it will say Founders Edition on the cover. The covers will probably be the same images, likely. Okay. Once again, I've been talking about this all morning. I didn't tell Kesley to do anything. I haven't told Kelsey to do crap. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be upset. But I've been talking about this all morning. This is a lie has gotten halfway around the world before the truth put on its pants. Social freaking media. Kelsey is making his own decisions. But you can get a refund. I'm going to have to buy a new keyboard. All right, I came here to draw. I'm done with the chat. I've answered all the questions. On the differences, yeah, the unique printing. I answered that. So unique printing is going to say Founders Edition. It's going to have some different content in the back. In the back matter will be different, and there's going to be a founder's name inscription, so you can get your name inscribed to the book and have it printed. So they're just hacking on you because it gets a reaction. Well, now I got to buy a new keyboard. All right. I came here to draw. Answer some questions and draw. I just want to do a Red Rooster head sketch, have some fun. And maybe go see my chiropractor later because my neck hurts. All right, so that's the end of Q&A time. Can I hide the chat? I'm going to probably hide the chat here. Yes, I can hide chat. Okay. So you guys talk amongst yourself. I think everybody's got the update. I just want to draw, and I want to draw from. I want to draw for days, weeks, months. I want to draw and just not stop. This might be a little rough because this really is just a warm up after days of updates and writing and dealing with customer service and logistics for Allegiance and stuff. And I just want to draw. Oh my gosh. Everything's white. I should have had all this set up. Man, I really wish those guys would have given us the benefit of the doubt last night. Because now people think I'm a dick. And I am not a dick. This may go through several iterations. I really just am trying to warm up here, and you guys can hang out with us if you want. Again, I'm not looking at the chat here. I'm just trying to get my shoulder back warmed up again. So to the people that were trying to hurt us, congratulations. You succeeded. You succeeded. Congratulations. You hurt us. I hope you feel good. I hope you feel fantastic. Be safe out there, everybody. You know what? Let's really, I'm going to give. That's stupid. Sorry, I shouldn't have paid attention to the chat. I'm sorry, you're not stupid, sketch therapy, but that's a lie. I know you. I know it's not your lie, but I know you. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I just don't think I'm jumping on you, but. I like that. Kelsey left Twitter, and we left Twitter, not confiscate. Mitch left Twitter, not anyone said there is. I want to face them. Thank you, Sketch Therapy. Just, yeah. I think I'm going to leave this one up and close the chat again. How about this one? I like this one better. Can everyone who lags let the man draw? Yes. Okay. Turning chat back off. Thank you, mods. I'm just going to do kind of a portrait thing here. What the heck? Face is a little thick. The temptation to open the chat window is so hard, but I don't think my neck or my forehead or my keyboard can take anymore. I'm gonna do it anyway. Hope you guys are being nice. Be nice to each other. All right. Kelsey wasn't banned from anything. Mr. CPU, it couldn't have happened that way. There was stuff going on behind the scenes that I can't say, and it happened all very, very quickly, very quickly. So if I had, as with many things in my journey here, had I had foresight and knew in advance, I would have prepared very elegant messaging or done things appropriately. But some things happen because they just happen that way, and they can't be done. Fair enough. Thank you. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to show that. Didn't mean to call that one out. Sorry, Sketch. Did something happen with Sketch? Thought Sketch was being cool. Guys, this is, geez, why do I bother? I don't do disavowals. I said earlier that Ethan and I can always work out our differences. It's always been the case. If we even have any. And I don't know what happened with Sketch, but I think I remember Sketch has always been pretty cool, and he had nice things to say earlier. So for moderators, if there seems to be an issue with somebody in the chat, a timeout might be the first step. Maybe we need to have maybe a discussion on an actual kind of policy on how this stuff works, because I don't want to start applying things inconsistently. So also don't want Allegiance creators or my wife or myself to be harassed in the chat, or it's no fun when fights break out in the chat either. This has always been such a fun place. This is A-Team. This is A-Team. Things just went really weird the last 48 hours. Really weird. Yeah, so maybe that's a good stream for tomorrow. We can have a quiet stream where we just game plan with moderators, because I really don't want things applied inconsistently, because that's going to upset viewers and fans and stuff. I'm a fan of Kelsey's too. Big fan. Puerto Rican people are passionate people. So if Sketch went over the line, I hope you guys would just put him in a timeout because he's been around for a long time. And and he's passionate. It's in his fiery blood. I don't know what happened, but I hope it all passes. Sketch got a timeout. Okay. All right. Looks like you mods have it under control. Under control. Yeah, he's been around for a long time, so I don't want to shake the tree. All right. I'm shutting off chat. Boy, am I rusty. That would be nice. She's a little shy. She's going to pop in from time to time, but just as a special guest. But yes, her voice is much sweeter and more soothing than mine is. So she's my rock. I couldn't do it without her. Thank you, DJ. The sketch, I'm just calling this comment out here. I didn't see what happened. I was drawing, so we know you've always been around, and we appreciate you. And if there was a miscommunication, I apologize on behalf of the chat and the moderators. I hope you accept the apology. Elizabeth only dances for me. I am a selfish husband. All right, I'm shutting off the chat. Bye, Hugo. Thank you for tuning in. She's in the chat. She's in the chat. Moderating you fools. Oh, no, I didn't. I hope the camera didn't freeze. Keep drawing, Mitch. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have to make a habit. If I'm going to draw live, I kind of like doing this through StreamYard because I can shut the chat off. I can just put this thing right over it. So I'll do that. All right, I'm shutting chat off again. You kids play nice. But if I'm going to, I mean, part of being off Twitter is the fact that it is a distraction and not a very healthy one sometimes. And actually, it was getting less unhealthy by the day. But I don't want to substitute one distraction for another. Twitter was important because we were able to get messages out about what we were doing and whatnot. But as I said on the post, I could read it. Maybe that's one thing I should do. I just said it's not the right platform for the next leg of our journey, and that is so true. So it's too much. Yeah, it's just not the right platform for the next leg of our journey. I think that YouTube is, and I want to, because I thought I could, be able to do a little bit of messaging, communicating, and then also draw and be productive at the same time. And I can add more context to what I'm saying. The danger with YouTube is, and I say too much, might say too much. That's actually already burned me once or twice before. I hurt a friend's feelings. That wasn't very fun to go through. So, on accident. Well, being careless. But I have to make sure it's a platform that I can utilize without distracting me from our very important goals for Allegiance and comic books and Red Rooster. Very, very kind of simple, straightforward drawing today. just to get back in the saddle. Oops. Oh my gosh, I see there's 63 comments and I'm afraid to open it. I'm sure you guys are being excellent to each other. You're 18. Of course you are. Okay, I'm going to look anyway. Fine. Most people talking about Twitter. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with everybody about Twitter. I wonder if this image, well, I'm happy to hear that you think it might be worthwhile to purchase. I really just booted this up to start moving my shoulder and my wrist around a little bit again and settle in for a few mini weeks of straight drawing after a pretty raucous adventure that we've had getting this all off the ground. It has been raucous. Exciting. I'm really glad Elizabeth is in our chat today. She's always making me look good. The drawing looks incredible. Thank you. And I've been hoping to learn how people draw with Photoshop. Okay, well, you've come to the right place, Edward Marlis. Thank you very much. People Circus says Twitter is fine. It can be. You don't get drawn into any crap. Yes, I mostly look at art, and we don't get drawn into crap. Well, we get pulled into it simply because we're in the fray of making comic books, apparently. But we're in a little bit of a different situation than I think the average Twitter user. It certainly can be what you make it. We're trying, Hugo. Thank you very much for noticing. God bless you too. Thanks for stopping in. Am I getting a sandwich? Right. I thought we were out of bread. I think that's a lie. All of that falls into Mitch's first good decision. Was that marrying Elizabeth? That's probably the first good decision I've ever made. Okay, so I'm just going to say here publicly, I have no issue with Mike Miller and Doug TeNapel or Ethan Van Sciver. Although I was a little upset last night when I jumped into the Jack show. But all would be forgiven, and I know I can work it out with Ethan anytime. Just I've never had a problem not working something out. So, and I have no issue with Mike Miller or Doug TeNapel. Thanks for tuning in. I love seeing new people around here. I am drawing a comic book called Red Rooster and starting a comic book company called Allegiance Arts. If you want to stick around, we usually have a great time in the chat. We're going through. We're starting a. You'll figure it out if you want to come hang out. We're going to learn to draw. I'm going to do this comic book live, quite a bit of it, and we're going to talk about all the great comic books that we're publishing at Allegiance Arts. Link available in the description if you want to pre-order or check them out. Elliot Fernandez in the chat. All right. the futurists. Entropy, just to answer your question, this is a very great question. So in the spirit of what we have on the Allegiance Bundle Indiegogo, where we've have increased international shipping, more realistic international shipping for Indiegogo customers, we are offering a digital bundle currently. And so that is the spirit of offering international backers something they can purchase and afford and not have to pay ridiculous amounts of money for shipping. In the spirit of that, we want to make sure that Allegiance books are available for everyone. Our primary concern is getting them into the retail stores first for our fulfilling our contracts there and getting them into our communities. And then from there, hopefully the sky's the limit. We certainly want everyone to have a chance to read them, whether we can provide them physically or digitally. I don't know. We haven't buttoned all that up quite yet, but it certainly is. Also comic book stores. So comic book stores and international customers are both considerations that we're working our way through. Thank you. Sketch Therapy says, I love Nora. I do too. It's a special book. I think Nora will make a beautiful film one day. I love Nora and Kelsey, but I'm super psyched for the Futurists. It has a grand lore potential that I like. I think it's also why I love Gundam. Gundam Origins was so good. I'm not super duper. I know what Gundam is, but I've never really watched it. But I'm very interested in books or anything with a kind of a well thought out lore. And certainly the Futurist is a well thought out lore. We've been carrying this one around for years and years and years and years and years and slowly chipping away. It's like our Pietà, although Pietà was sculpted really quickly. It's been carved over a many number of years, sort of slowly. We'd come back to it and reconsider it, and polish it and refine it, and now we're ready to show it. But it certainly is. We've given it a lot of thought and a lot of refinement. Thank you. I'm glad it shows. Thank you. I appreciate that. Entropy says, I just don't want to miss out. This is an international customer. I just don't want to miss out on the opportunity to read the rest of the series if they turn out as good as they look in a bundle. Thank you for saying that. We want to make sure that we can deliver on that to you. So we'll figure out a way. We know we have a lot of international fans, and all of our talent that's involved with this have international fans as well. So we want to make sure we take care of that. All right. Brow just didn't seem heavy enough on this side. I haven't digitally inked anything in a good bit of time, so this is me working out the kinks here. You know what? I'm going to break out the halftones. Sorry, checking my messages here. I got to stay on top of a lot of stuff. We've picked up a lot of subs. That's awesome. Thank you all. Looks like this stream was a success. I'm glad we could clear up a few things. Sorry, bear with me for one moment. Looking good. All right, thank you. I really have no idea where I'm taking this. I'm pretty rusty. Yeah. Sub to Kelsey. Yeah, he's going to be making some. He told us yesterday about some of his plans for YouTube, and they're really, really cool. So Kelsey is a light. He's a bright star, without a doubt, and he has a lot of talent and things to share with the world. And he has some really beautiful ideas for the future of his channel. So you should definitely go sub to Kelsey. Oh, there it is, right there. There's the link. The Halftones sounds like a jazz blues male singing group. It does. The Halftones. That's pretty good. That's pretty clever. Galactic Planet Eater says, I've been on the Futures train since the first preview images months ago, but when I saw the team on Nora was Blake and Kelsey, that became #1 anticipated book. Well, you won't be disappointed, my friend. Joe K says, The Futurist looks like the comic that I used to copy as a teen. I practically learned anatomy from Savage Sword of Conan. Yeah, so Butch, guys, has Butch ever drawn Conan?
I'm sure.
He should. What's going on out there? Is it raining?
Yeah, that's a harvest rainwater.
Oh, okay. She's about to harvest rainwater. I love watching the drawing process, but the complete silence is uncomfortable. Maybe someone could join the stream to have a conversation. So that's a good idea. See, this is why I come here, because it's full of good ideas, and you people are always very helpful. So yeah, maybe I could open it up to someone like Shane Plays, who I know is a good talk show host. So in the future, when I'm coming in and doing drawing streams, I can draw and just turn off the chat and listen to maybe Shane. Elizabeth's not going to do it because she's just it's not in her skill set. She's a little shy, but somebody like a Shane could do that, who I know is a talker. Yeah, actually, I could see that. I could sit here and work on Red Rooster, and you guys can enjoy that part. And then we can have someone fielding a dialogue. And then I get to listen in too. That is a good idea. And that's why you guys are a team. Liz should talk. That would be nice. This is just, yeah, she's just a stream crasher, and she plays in the chat. Not her skill set yet. There you go. I think somebody have to pay her a large amount of money to do it. Hello, Papa. Joe K says, I don't mind strictly art mode. Yeah, well, you can always mute it too if the conversation's not for you. So very good. Yeah, maybe we could at least try it. Elizabeth would draw a larger crowd. That is true. Red Rooster looks like he's diligently watching the chat. I think he's kind of how I feel today. Just like ready. Let's I'm starting a new chapter, and I want my eye on the horizon. Kind of low-key missing your hippie meditation music. I could bring that back too. It's just that the, I hear that audio works a lot better through StreamYard. So maybe, because when I'm using OBS, it has to travel through the microphone before you hear the music. But I believe in StreamYard, I can play it, I can pipe the music straight into the stream from my computer without having to go through a microphone. But I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Settings. I'm going to have to research. No, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it from here. Dr. Collins. He already explained about the Kelsey thing. No, I have not. I told Kelsey, I'm not Kelsey's, I'm not his keeper. Boomer. Yeah, I'll figure it out though. It's okay. We understand. Look, I'm not really upset about it because I know what happens in the world. And I've said this 3 times. A lie, gets halfway around the world before the truth puts on its pants. And it's okay. I'm not upset at anybody for what they think based on information that they've heard. So, but yeah, there's no issue between myself and Kelsey, and I'm not telling him what he can and cannot do. We spent a great deal. We were just dealing with something, and I spent a great deal. Elizabeth and I spent a great deal of time on the phone with him yesterday, and we're sorting it out. And we're going to be making some changes. Elizabeth and I are leaving Twitter, and I'm just going to be on my own personal stream here for a while. Free Kelsey. Red Rooster, isn't it banging his head on the keyboard? You should tell people you'll release Kelsey. Okay, I'm going to put that on the screen. Okay, I will release Kelsey from my potato cellar when I reach $1,500 in super chats. I will also take him to a steak dinner. What is Red Rooster's catchphrase? So it's there are 2. So Red Rooster is a mantle that's passed from generation to generation, and it has a credo. Can I remember the whole credo? Probably not off the top of my head. But the last lines of the credo are his famous catchphrase, and it says, "Light braves the darkness. Darkness fears the dawn." Red Rooster is also a famous spokesman for a cola brand in the 1930s I've called Kapow Cola. And the catchphrase for Kapow Cola is Kapow Cola. It puts the zing in your pop. And so sort of the Red Rooster is torn between the commercial aspects of being a cola spokesman and saying all those kind of corny things to keep his to fund all his operation and everything, and also honoring the traditions of Red Roosters of thousands of years, hundreds, if not thousands of years past, with the credo, the Order of the Dawn credo. Light braves the darkness, darkness fears the dawn. Great question, thank you. Free Kelsey. Don't hurt Kelsey. I will hurt Kelsey if I want to. He's in my potato cellar. Free Kelsey. Back to work for me. Throw some tacos in the potato cellar. Well, he's got potatoes. He can eat raw potatoes. Damn it. It's a good meme. Free Kelsey is a good meme. I'm okay with the meme Free Kelsey. I just don't want people to think that I'm telling Kelsey what he can and cannot do. Those are choices. And I may have to make tough choices too. Raw potatoes are the most common source of food poisoning. We had very well cooked potatoes last night and they were delicious. Thank you, Elizabeth. Of course, I'm going to give him smokes. I don't want the man to suffer. Mike Miller is in the chat. Keep Kelsey in the cellar. Mitch, rocking that mustache. Oh, Kelsey in the cellar. Mitch rocking that mustache. Something's adding up here. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. That's going to be my meme. All right, let's color this, I guess. I'm just kind of farting around on this drawing here today. And then I'm going to get some serious pages done. It's Red Rooster time, people. It's Red Rooster time. Let's just I'm just going to whatever. I've been treating this one a little bit too carefully. It's time to rough it up and get her done. I want to put some color on it. Looks weird. Okay, buddy. Special gift. Somebody heard the cat crying and said, Kelsey, we hear you. He's saying, give me smokes. I need some smokes. Bosk Hog, what a great YouTube name. Bosk Hog, I love that. I've seen you around for a while. I feel like I learned more about drawing from Mitch farting around than 5 years of art classes. Well, good, because I was thinking about this yesterday. I wish I'd have freaking dropped out of school when I was done with my junior year. That last year was just a kind of an inexpensive waste of money. I would be much prouder of myself if I was a dropout. Seriously, no joke. If I had dropped out of school, then I would have been far more. I think that would have been the honorable thing to do. The rational man would have said, I have learned enough. I'm done here. Because I've never once, I haven't written a resume until like a year ago. And I've never once been asked to show my college degree. But that I think maybe only applies for artists. Obviously, don't drop out of school if you're going to be a doctor. Don't take my bad advice. Oh, Cat, come on. He wants up here so bad. Headbanging Mitch gif is going to be on War Campaign. Krish, krish, krish. They can have a laugh with that. That's fine. I'm having a laugh with it. Buddy, I'm like, Cat, we're just going to have to deal with you, aren't we? Getting in the way. This is a quick and rough color flat. So if you can look in the layers, let me show you what I've done here. I drew all this one layer. I drew all this on one layer, then I get rid of all the white, and then I put a second layer underneath of pure white, and then that on the pure white layer. So I knock out the whites. You can see there's the checkered marks underneath this, meaning all the white is now transparent, or has a transparent lock. And then so I've now going to just kind of flat in, rough in some flats. Real simple. Buddy, what are you doing? This cat, he is you can't see him. I can't turn the camera that way. He is on my lap, half on my lap and half on my Cintiq, and he's demanding my attention. Red Rooster has blue eyes. Yeah, you have brown eyes. Actually, he has orange eyes. So just if you're really, really new to coloring, color flats means I take a pencil tool, hard edge, like a hard edge pencil tool type brush, meaning it has no aliased soft edges to it. It's 1 pixel equals 1 pixel at the end. And so this allows me, you'll see, to select. This is just very basic stuff here. This allows me to select individual objects. You can see the marching ants there. And now I can select the white, the ear, the eyeball, yada, yada, yada. quite honestly. Pete Mac asks, what is the order and type of the layers here again? This isn't really the best example of how to create a comic book here because I'm just kind of farting around. The top layer, layer 1, is the line, is a copy of the line art. So I created this line art here on white. Actually, it's not line art. It's more like a gray painting. I did it all in one layer. It's not how I'd normally do it. Normally, I would leave the gray and the ink, the black ink, on 2 separate layers so that I can adjust them. This is more how I'd set up a painting than a comic book, piece of comic book art. And then the second layer is a flats layer, which is hard edge, selectable color blocking. And the top layer here is a copy of the art with all the whites on a channel lock or locked, so the whites are knocked out. And then when I drop the flats underneath, then it fills that white space. And now I've duplicated the flats layer because on one layer I need to hang on to for selections so that I can come back to those color blocks and keep reselecting it. And I've copied it because then that's the layer I'm gonna paint on the copy layer, or I will attempt to. I will attempt to paint on the copy layer. And then I'm gonna go get some lunch and do some real hardcore Rooster work this afternoon here in a little bit. Yeah, this is going to have to go over the line art. Oh, wrong color selected. I forgot to do the background. This is going to turn out way too dark. Because I'm working over grayscale. I mean, I would never have done it this way. Honestly, this is pretty much unsalvageable because I painted the inks and did the ink and the gray on the same layer. So in order to make this an actual piece of art, I would have to turn it into a full painting. This is not the steps or techniques I would have used for a piece of comic book art. I didn't intend to color this. It just kind of happened that way. Just put a little warm over here. Yeah, this is going to be a mess. It's a mess. Oh my gosh, cat. I can't do anything with you here. All right, I think we ended up with a pretty decent drawing, and pretty much a painting that would require a lot of work to massage. So let's just go back to the drawing. All right, I'm done. I think the chat served its purpose. We had some fun. We answered some questions. I got to do a little warm up. The cat got to sit in my lap. I got to bang my head against that keyboard several times. So I think I'm done. I'm hungry, ready for some lunch. I think Elizabeth's in there cooking something. You guys play nice. Appreciate it. Everybody was enjoying it. Everybody thought it looked good. I appreciate that. I will come back in the maybe tomorrow. I will be working all weekend long. I'm going to work every single day now that I'm back to art again, which is my happy place. So I'll be on here on the regular now that I'm done with Twitter, and we're gonna draw some Red Rooster. We're gonna finish this book, and I'm I'm going to need you guys behind us, supporting us and rooting us on. And I know you will. You are the wind beneath our wings. And we're going to do it live. We're going to have a blast. And we're going to learn how to make comics if you're curious about that. And we're going to race to the finish. And then we're going to put Allegiance books on the shelves, and we're going to fulfill Red Rooster. And we're going to have a lot of fun doing it, okay? Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you tuning in for quite a while today. Some of you have been here the whole time. So I hope you had fun. And I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Bye-bye.